Bounce houses are a blast, and you've been tasked with setting one up. Perhaps your kid has a fun day coming up. Maybe you want to give the neighborhood children a fun activity. Heck, you might just want to have fun in the bounce house yourself. We're going to go over how to correctly set up and deflate a bounce house to ensure it will last for many bounce sessions to come. Let's start with how to set up a bounce house. Step 1. Watch the weather. No one wants to bounce in bad weather, but it's not just about preference. Inclement conditions can damage the bounce house and cause injuries. Don't use a bounce house in these conditions. 20 mph winds or higher, *lightning, *hail or heavy rain. Wind can unmoor the bounce house and cause it to fall. Lightning as well, it's lightning. No one wants to get electrocuted. Hail and heavy rain can pelt the inflatable and rupture it. Step 2. Scout your location. When asking how to set up a bounce house, you also need to ask where. The ideal location is flat and large enough to fit the bounce house. As long as the area doesn't have any poking hazards like rocks, gravel, or sticks, it'll work. Grass lawns and driveways are excellent locations. Don't set up the bounce house near pools or other bodies of water. Definitely don't set it up near power lines. Step 3. Placing the bounce house. Put down a tarp even if the area is debris-free. The tarp is just an extra layer of protection. Unroll the bounce house on top of the tarp. This is the easy part. We'll go over how to roll up a bounce house later. Step 4. Set up the blower. How to blow up a bounce house the right way. Use a blower. The blower must be matched to the bounce house. Check the capacity ratings, but usually a 1200 watt or 1 horsepower blower is sufficient. How to blow up a bounce house the wrong way. Use anything other than a blower. Step 5. Hook up the blower. The bounce house will have a dedicated inlet tube. The tube must be aligned straight, not angled at all. This is how to inflate the bounce house without having any issues. Step 6. Close the outlets. Use a tie to shut off the outlets. Make sure the inlets and outlets are marked. Your bounce house could have dedicated inlets and outlets, so don't mix them up. Step 7. Time to inflate. Before you anchor the bounce house, inflate it. Don't let anyone bounce in it until it's anchored, though. Step 8. Anchor to the ground. While the bounce house is inflating, put the anchors in place. Spiral anchors are best for grass and sandbags are best for pavement. Use 40-pound or heavier sandbags for the best results. This is how to set up a bounce house. How long does it take to inflate a bounce house? It depends on the size of your bounce house. A 12-foot diameter bounce house can take as little as 3 minutes. A 20-foot diameter house will take up to 6 minutes. If the house is damaged and leaky, it can take even longer. Safety instructions. Double-check everything. The anchors are the only things keeping the bounce house in place. Pay attention to occupancy ratings. Too much weight or misuse can damage the bounce house. Also, ensure that young children are supervised. Sending in a 3-year-old with a bunch of teenagers is asking for injuries. How to deflate a bounce house. To keep the bounce house in tip-top shape, the deflation process must be done properly. First, make sure there aren't any people or objects left in the bounce house. Then, turn the blower off and disconnect it. Remove the ties from the outlets and undo any deflation zippers. Once the house is nearly empty of air, take away your anchors. Push the last air out by walking on it. How to roll up a bounce house. Here's where you need to follow your bounce house's instructions closely. Fold the deflated bounce house according to the manufacturer's directions. You'll want to get it as flat as possible with the fewest folds. Once it's folded and flat, head to the end that doesn't have air outlets. Start rolling towards those outlets. This also pushes any remaining air out. After you're done rolling, tuck in any inlets or outlets. Use bungee cords or ropes to tie it up, then put your bounce house in the storage bag. Done. Inflatables made easy. Caring for your inflatables is the best way to enjoy them for years to come. It's also a good idea to start with quality, durable inflatables. In conclusion, by following these steps carefully, you can ensure a safe and enjoyable experience with your bounce house. Remember, proper setup and maintenance are key to maximizing the fun while keeping everyone safe.